On July 22, 2026, the conditions at Grand Anse Beach in Grenada were entirely routine. The Caribbean water was calm and lake-like, and tourists dotted the shoreline near a long stone jetty. It was a tranquil setting that offered no warning of the crisis about to unfold. Among the visitors was Elizabeth "Liz" Waddell. The 44-year-old physical therapist from Cary, North Carolina, was known to her friends as an adventurous traveler. She had recently spent months managing chronic fatigue and long COVID symptoms, and this trip was meant to be a restorative break. Near midday, Liz prepared for a swim. She left her phone, wallet, and shoes on the shore. Her travel companion opted to stay back at their nearby Airbnb to complete an online course, meaning Liz headed to the water completely alone. A short time later, her companion finished her work and went looking for Liz. Instead of finding her friend, she discovered only Liz's towel, abandoned on the jetty. Because Liz had left her phone behind, there was no way to ping her location. That initial spark of concern quickly escalated into panic as the surrounding beach turned up empty. The official report at 5:50 p.m. immediately shifted the investigation. With nearly 6 hours of unaccounted-for time and daylight fading, searchers were now forced into a race against the clock with almost no data to work with. The Royal Grenada Police Force mobilized rapidly. Their first priority was securing the immediate physical environment. Search teams combed through the resort premises, sweeping the surrounding buildings and walking the shoreline to ensure she hadn't suffered a medical emergency on land. But within 24 hours, the strategy pivoted. Authorities issued a targeted missing person alert, specifically directed at boat operators, fishermen, and anyone working within Grenada's coastal and marine environment. By clearing the resort grounds and finding no evidence on the island, the police effectively closed off land-based theories. This narrowed the investigation to the only remaining variable, the open water. This timeline graphic maps out the critical digital evidence recovered from nearby CCTV cameras. By analyzing the surveillance footage, investigators were able to compress a massive, open-ended search down to a highly specific 45-minute window of activity. The camera data plots her exact movements. At 11:36 a.m., Liz is recorded walking away from the beach and toward the jetty. 15 minutes later, at 11:51 a.m., the footage shows her removing her towel and entering the water. At 12:04 p.m., the cameras capture the last confirmed sighting. Liz is seen swimming beneath the jetty, navigating away from the structure and out into the open water. The final, grim data point lands at 12:46 p.m., when her companion arrives at the jetty and subsequently returns alone. Investigators meticulously reviewed all available camera angles from this block of time and confirmed a stark fact. Liz is never captured on surveillance returning from the water. This unblinking digital timeline definitively locked the parameters of the investigation. Authorities knew precisely when she entered the ocean and proved that she did not walk back onto the beach. It forced the search teams to confront the vast, unpredictable variable of ocean currents. Liz's husband, Kalen, traveled to Grenada to assist the authorities and conduct his own field research. He physically retraced her exact swimming route along the jetty, documenting that the water near the shore was shallow and calm enough that a swimmer could easily pause at nearby rocks if they became fatigued. The search quickly scaled beyond local jurisdictions. The FBI and the U.S. Embassy integrated directly with Grenadian authorities, introducing federal resources and advanced logistical support to the operation. Through this extensive multi-agency consultation and direct environmental testing, investigators formally ruled out foul play. With formal operational avenues producing no results, the family launched a global crowdsourcing campaign through findliz.com. They specifically requested any background footage or photographs taken by boaters, jet skiers, or tourists who happened to be on the water directly after 12:04 p.m. This phase of the investigation acted as a massive process of elimination. By ruling out the shoreline, proving the weather was calm, and eliminating criminality, the investigation isolated the open ocean as the only remaining variable. The search for Elizabeth Waddell has combined local police fieldwork, digital timestamp analysis, international diplomacy, and internet-driven crowdsourcing. Each layer of evidence gathering attempts to solve a puzzle that none of them can address alone. Yet, despite assembling this massive, multi-layered operational matrix, Elizabeth Waddell still remains missing. The sheer physical scale of the Caribbean Sea easily dwarfs the capabilities of even the most sophisticated search grids. High-tech tracking and multi-agency coordination are powerful tools, but in the immensity of the ocean, they eventually reach a strict operational limit. To break past that limit, the investigation now relies entirely on human intervention. Authorities and the Waddell family are waiting for a single vital tip or an undiscovered video clip from the public to finally reveal what happened in the water after 12:04 p.m.